Yeah, ready when you are, Michael.
Good evening, guys. Welcome another day of NAOL games. We have another three games today. You guys can see this is our block. Let's get started. All right, first game, Sam. Um, wow, hard to tell what ranks these players are, but that's all okay. Let's get started. Let's continue. Okay, all right. Okay, hope everyone can see this shared screen okay, and let's get started. Okay, so fairly normal games. Today, let's keep this one old, fresh idea in mind, the most important um, idea that we have when we make our decisions in the Go board is how aggressive do we want to be? So Um, last time we talked about the three different levels of aggression. The aggressive, keep in mind you have different options and just know how aggressive you are. This time, we are a little bit more we are a little bit more focused on how aggressive the opponent is. So it's about the same, and in this case, we are just a little bit more concerned with how to respond. The easiest question that I know everyone has had a chance to encounter this situation, everyone has had many encounters, is that the opponent is very, very over aggressive or way more aggressive than we thought. And so today we're gonna identify these cases. One, we're gonna see put ourselves in the shoes of the players. When do these players feel this way? And we'll analyze whether they are correct, or maybe they have to be a little more careful. And then, so one common thing is that I believe my opponent is overplaying, so I have to punish and start playing the strongest move possible. This is generally a relatively good idea. However, the only downside is when we make a bad judgment about how aggressive our opponent is, um, then we are the only one overplaying, and we think we're right. We think we're in the right, but then when we're not actually in the right, that could be a very big um, that could be a very big problem for us. So here, in this case, in this first fight of this game, White has played a very strong, very, very aggressive fighting. At this point, White um, has two groups, and both groups have a very clear cuttable cut. So like White actually has maybe potentially four different groups here. All of these would be fairly large if Black captures any of these four sections. Imagine if Black captures the N15 stone, very big, O14 stone, very big. Imagine if Black captures any, um, you know, that would be a success for Black. So in this case, White has clearly played over aggressively. Why did White play so aggressively? Um, Back a few moves right about this spot. Probably this double Hane by Black really, you know, tipped off something went off in White's mind. It's like you can't double Hane like this. I'm gonna punish you, and this could be one response. This is trying to put ourselves in the minds of the players. Um, Maybe they're thinking this way, maybe they're not thinking this way, but these are just common. Um, as a pro, I have played many, many games. I have experienced what these players are experiencing, so I'm guessing at what is happening in the game and giving my interpretations. So hopefully, you guys can take this, and use it for your own benefit. So maybe this double Hane really tipped off White and then made White start fighting this way. Maybe White was afraid of a very large upper side. Whatever the motivations, this result seems like a fairly good result for Black in the game. And this is a case where Black has played slightly aggressive, and as a result, White has went for the Armageddon fight to the death option, and White is gonna be punished for it. Um, so take uh, applying this to our future games that we will be playing. One, be more calm, and two, devise a more solid or a more um, a more reasonable way to deal with relative aggression. So in this game, White um, at this point, White is facing a fairly tough position. If White connects, noticeably these four stones are very, very heavy. For example, this normal sequence now is a dead White group. So White's attach in the corner is not possible anymore. So in this case, White does something very, very good, and this is another, so White is attaching first while he still can, and he does get away with it. Put aside the possibility of Black playing this punishing move aside for a second. Here, White does a very good job of responding to the problems that he is facing in this game. Clearly, White has now felt that somehow this is not going my way, so I have to. Um, I do not want to keep going down this head-to-head fighting pass. And whenever you guys have this feeling, one very common feeling we all have is, I know that this is probably not good for me, but I can't think of another way to play, so I know this is not good, but I will play it anyway. In that case, that would be this connect. And in this game, White shows us a very good alternative. Um, White is treating this cutting stone lightly and then trying to take care of the two stones. And then really giving up on any sort of attack against Black. By giving up this one stone in the middle, White gives up any chance of attacking Black's positions in this area. And so one very good strategy to have is when the going gets tough or when it looks bad, stop attacking and start defending, and concentrating on taking care of your own groups. This is a very, very good um, idea. And the other the side to side part to this is start by not trying to save every one of our stones, but save the most important parts of our stones. So great job by White. White is and here Black does not capture the stone because White is rapidly taking care of his corner group, and Black may be judging that, suppose a situation like this happened, White still is destroying Black's potential territory, and then Black hasn't gotten much um, gains other than the thickness, which is very good. But Black wants to cash this in as quickly as possible by launching a very strong attack against this White group. So after White gets some more ice space, and after White reduces Black's ice space on the top, now White connects. This basically is forcing Black to defend the top. Um, if Black wants to surround here, this may turn into a Liberty race, but White has some ice space, so um, it's very unclear this way. And if Black does take away White's ice space, White can just push out like this, and then capture via this ladder. So there's no way Black can capture White now. And here Black does something very, very good as well. So just like how White, um, when the going started becoming not only unclear, but probably unfavorable for us. White gave up on the attack and started by defending first, by making sure that white's groups are taken care of. Here, when black is faced with a very similar situation, black did not go for the um, most aggressive move. In that case, this would be an unclear liberty fight, and if white also has a possibility to just survive. So white has all the choices then. So faced with this position, black has elected to again give up on the attack and then start by defending and making our groups strong. So both players are showing remarkably good fighting technique um, and fighting mindset. This kind of a mindset is obviously it's very very valuable to have, and it can save our game. It really can save our game. It has saved white from a potentially dead group to lose the game right away, and it has saved black from a potentially going too hard for the capture. Um, Totally good. And here, same idea. The normal move would be to block and block and cut. However, it does not work in this case. So black does not block. Another move that's better than blocking would be to jump backwards. This way, it doesn't damage the right-hand side as much. And the other good idea is black defending the right-hand side territory with this one stone. Very nice, very well done by both sides up to here. So you can see that black is really transitioning from uh, a very fierce attack against white straight into a I'm going to grab territory value, and then the game will go on. So this is a lot of flexibility and resilience shown by both sides, and this is great. Um, so both sides are playing quite well in terms of when to be aggressive and when to not be aggressive and responding to the opponent. Okay, Slate. So here, black would like to get this Hane if possible. This would reduce white's ice base and expand black's. And however, right now this corner might be a little bit too small. That's probably why black didn't go for it. So just a side note. And here, perhaps black wants to extend down and keep this position, um, totally connected. In the game, black connects, and when white Atari is reasonable, here black has a tough choice to connect or to Atari, and then make this a ko. Both have their upsides and downsides. So black connects very strongly in the game, and let's see if white goes for the fight now, extending down. It's very risky for both sides. I expect white from how white played earlier to not block, but to play on the outside. And indeed, white does play this. Okay, and then now this is a fairly good vital point in the middle here. This is defending and expanding white's 3 stones and weakening black's 4 stones in the middle. A very, very good point. So um, great, great. Very high level of play displayed on both sides. Perhaps at this time, maybe black wants to press, but um, the game is also black jumping with 3 stones. So so both sides have played in the right direction and kept their aggression levels and the play very very reasonable. So this is another good move. This is aiming to push and cut. So if white cannot capture black right away, then white has to defend the cut, and black is going to surround the territory. However, right now, it does seem like white can capture black. So let's see. And black tanukis. Okay. Maybe black thought white had to defend the cut. Okay. Um, Oh, by the way, the middle, if black went directly for the middle cut, this is likely to happen. And at this point, with four liberties by white, white doesn't have to take one of the liberties away. White can do a 4-on-3 liberty race and capture black um, this way. So um, black is um, so here you can see the attack and defense situation reverse several times according to both players. Um, very interesting. Okay, so a Joseki happened on the bottom. White played a very big corner move. And here black decides to cash in the Aji by playing this move. Remember, um, white had four liberties. Now white would have three. So white may or white may or may not need another move here in the game. White plays perfectly okay, and the game goes on. Now this is a long drawn out game. Black has quite a bit of territory on the upper side, but that's about that, and the right hand side is all that black has. I expect this to be slightly good for white in this game. Slightly good meaning white ahead by more than 5 points. Well, maybe less than 5 points, but something like 5 points, and then less than 10 points. So let's do the estimate score button on the board. White by 7.5. Interesting. So here we can ask whether black should have given up these stones. Probably not. Here white is by 2.1. Okay, so let's see how the fighting continued. Mostly, a majority of this 7 point lead by white is probably in the thickness after having captured the middle stones. Okay, very big move, very reasonable as well. White jumps, very, very reasonable and not very aggressive. Okay. That's an interesting move. Black is trying to get, I'm not sure. Black is trying to get some agi on the bottom side. Perhaps something like this. Okay. Um, Otherwise, treat this the same as a normal extension. Okay. Black just captures this one stone. This will leave some agi inside black's territory. A good way to fix this is to play to surround the territory on the upper side, just allowing this sort of thing to happen. Another way is to, of course, defend the territory right away. Let's see how black did. Black jumped. This will for sure be a bit slow. The biggest amount of territory is to the upper side, and when white squeezes in now, it's hard to imagine black capturing all of these white stones on the inside here, inside black's moyo. And the bad part is when white saves these stones, they threaten the left-hand side stones. Okay, so for example, black makes this move, and this is a crucial one move in the middle of fighting that is, that is, gonna, this is black giving up the possibility of capturing white. So here, remember, so black chose a very aggressive option here. And when your opponent chooses aggressive options, very oftentimes, the good ideas will often involve something that has to do with self-strengthening or uh, moves that takes care of yourself. Usually, when your opponent is aggressive, your opponent is trying to attack you one way or another. Okay, so here, because black has gave up Sente here, having spent 3 moves on the left-hand side, probably one move more than needed, and black is giving up initiative in the middle fighting. And so as a result, white is able to play this cut, and now white is clearly on the offensive. So here, while black is on the defensive, this can also be seen opportunity, as an opportunity for black, perhaps to, if black can get another sente here, or, well, I guess even without the sentes, extend and counter attack against the white stones here. Um, so this is the same thing that this is the same choice that black made earlier. Remember earlier, black gave up the middle four stones, and allowed white to take care of two not alive groups. And here black is giving up these two stones and allowing white to take care of the invasion group. So two choices, two fights in the game that had black play very, very unaggressive, um, and very, very safe, and just basically giving up. Um, this is not advisable. So um, okay, so black has chosen to respond to aggression by giving up. Usually, um, responding to aggression by giving up, as we all know about bullies, um, they'll end up coming back for more later, and it's not advisable um, to keep giving way like this. Now, with that said, white played this Hane. Clearly, white is very happy getting this result. However, upon another view, like something bigger, capturing in a bigger way would be totally fine, and it would not have as much aji as this cut. Um, so here, probably white wants to Atari this and then press, and then this would be all the Agis that black has in the game. White Ataris. This way, um, black does at least destroy all of white's potential territory in the middle. So black has gained some back. Okay. This is a very bold move. However, this will not work due to black can play this Atari or this Atari now, and it will be fine. So this move will not gain white anything. Alternatively, black can also play these two moves and then capture these three stones, all of which are okay. Um, this is not okay. This is gonna be worse. This would be the weak response, just connecting underneath, but at least black can play J17. However, if black had read out that J17 would work, then black would Hane and then play J17. So yeah, this will be a big gain by white without having given up anything. Um, Up to this point, it's white gaining Sente, and after this point, if black defends this cut, this would be many, many points for white in Sente. So uh, after this, white clearly takes a very commanding lead. Right now, white is winning by 15 points. Um, I expect this top to have been about a 10-point game. So right here, probably five. White is winning by 8 points, and then after all of this, white is by 15 points. Unfortunately, black was just in this game. Black was a little bit too unaggressive, and when the fighting came to him, he decided to give up. Give up both big fighting groups. First, the four stones, and then the two middle stones, both of which had a chance to, if black saved, he would have been counterattacking, and by giving those up, it was very, very bad. Um, so he allowed his opponent to get away very, very easily. And so at this point, this is white ahead by 20 points at this point. So good job by white. In the first fight of the game, in the upper right corner, white did something probably a bit bad. So these moves, white stumbled. Right now it's black being better. better. But in the crucial point where he's choosing to go down the path, or to try to get out of this trouble, White chose a very good way to get out of trouble. And then later it was Black, um, you know, not saving some of these cutting, fighting stones that really made it a very big problem. And so at the end of the end game, White is winning by about 20 points. Um, However, there's one last thing in this corner, and that is Black playing this move, trying to start shenanigans in the corner. And this is very, very common in games. And in this game, Black basically succeeded, um, and Black got White to connect this, which was great. So White probably should connect this one and then try to win this ko. There's not that many ko threats for either side, and then, for example, Black plays here, White can play something else, and then Black plays another move. White can play something else, and then it's a straight up ko. So it's like a two-step ko, and White has given. Um, and so in the game, White allowed Black to totally live in Seki. Remember, it was 20 points. Now, did Black destroy 20 points? Um, well, let's find out at the end to see who won. In the end, White still won despite giving up this Seki in the corner. Um, yeah, be careful, guys. This happens all the time. Um, um, so actually, at the end of the end game, White is actually ahead by 25. So that just gave White a little bit of too much cushion. Um, yeah. This is very well done by Black to get anything in this corner. Um, Make sure you guys play precisely in these situations. Um, and here, just as White, just try to win this ko, and then um, after winning the ko, play this one instead of the throw-in. That would be many more liberties for White. So be careful. Um, Anyways, in this game, both sides have played quite well, and then especially on White's side, displayed a very nice knack, feeling, and um, talent for knowing when to go for the strong fight and when to sort of stop and try to get out of fighting. Remember, guys, just whenever you guys find yourself in trouble, stop attacking, give up on attacking, and just go for defense whenever you guys feel like you're in trouble. Of course, we don't always feel that during our game. Um, in that case, when we review, this is a very good thing to remember. Like, remember what you were feeling during the fight. And if you had that sense of danger, great. Okay, here's our second game, and it's Who's. Who's is Howard, very cool guy. He had a very nice looking headset when I met with him. The only time I had a call with him, I modeled my headset out of after his, and so you guys can thank Who's for this headset right here. The sound quality may or may not be better than before. All right, so let's keep in mind the same thing. When you guys are fighting, just have the feeling: are you going into the fight um, in the offensive end? Are you doing well? Is the tide turning, and therefore you want to get out of it, or various things. Okay, so here this is a common opening shape. Also, Black has gone for a very aggressive pincer here. So it's aggressive because White has a very strong F3, D3 corner as a base of strengths as a fortress. And so white wants to start fighting here. So that's all good. And black, maybe this is um, intentional. Maybe this is not intentional, but a normal Joseki moves of this kind would run into a very strong white attack. And maybe black is finding that, hey, this fight is not going to go my way. Let me take the corner and then just play somewhere else and get out of this situation. Again, also very good technique here. Just plays these two moves. They're crawling on the second line, but they're not bad moves. Well, why are they okay? Just remember, because white has a stone here, um, the additional 2 and 4 stone is adding to white, but it's not like super efficient. And black gets sente, and black can do whatever black wants. In the game, this was gotten in sente too. The only thing is white has a very nice almost sente move with this Hane that would prevent black from being able to play this Atari, and therefore this corner would be this shape rather than the remember the other shape was black crawling twice, and this shape is much bigger, better for white than the other shape. Just remember, guys, get get 10 points, and then you're totally fine. If you have less than 10 points in your corner, you better make sure that you can have Sente and 2 eyes. So why is this move very good now? Next move, white can play both of these moves. This would be totally Sente, and it would reduce black into just 2 eyes. Adds eye space for white at T4, T5, and also adds this Sente here, even that Kosumi move on the first line might be Sente. So um, all these moves in Sente is extremely big. They're like 10 points plus all the strengths and weaknesses. And we know that a Sente 10 points move is already big enough um, to go for it right away. Reverse Sente for black. Therefore, black has to basically has to block right here. So this is a opportunity for white. Okay, in the game, white played an invasion again using white's extra strength. So generally, this is totally fine. If we invade now, I'm sure if we approach the corner now, I'm sure black is gonna take care of the side stone and pincer at the same time. In this time, another idea would be here. That's also a good idea. But okay, let's see. Let's see how the game goes. Okay, so white plays here, black plays there, defending the corner and attacking, very reasonable. Here, just want to remember one thing: always take care of your weakest group first. Um, so here in the game, white played here, which is expanding from his stronger group, which will not be as good as expanding from your weaker group. Again, if white knew that this move was Sente, maybe white would have played this right away, and clearly, um, right now, white should also play this right now. Another idea here is um, um, white is weak here, but black is very strong in the corner. And whenever black has a very strong, when your opponent has a very strong position, you can make exchanges like this. Just remember, keep your moves on the outside and his moves on the inside, in between your move and his strong, and his strength, point of strength, which to begin this fight was the corner. So keep your so an exchange like this where white gives up some 2 stones. Um, However, you can see that white overall is keeping his moves on the outside and black's moves on the inside, and this will favor white. Next, of course, you can do whatever you want, attack black, and the most important task for white is now complete. The task is strengthening the weakest part of the white stone. of the white groups, which is this one stone at Q13. This is important because if you want to play defensively, this is where you strengthen yourself. It's also important because if you want to attack, this is also where you want to add to your strengths, and this is also the best way to attack. So defensively and offensively, strengthening this one white stone is great. So therefore, no matter what you want to do, you want to take care of this. Um, you want to take care of this uh, stone, and these moves are very good recommendations. Giving up attach and giving up one. By the way, black has played very well here because by attacking this one stone and making this stone weak, black is not only taking territory in the corner, black is also making his Q10 stone relatively well by making white relatively worse or weak. Okay, so from the above, white plays here. Let's see what happens. And so here clearly we'll see that white does not have as easy a time to attack this black uh, two stones as white would have if the previous exchanges were all um, made by white. So this is reasonable. And in fact, black thinks this position is okay enough for black to tanuki the fight and then start surrounding on the upper side. So this is where that one move at Q8 being a little bit slow, being expanding from your strengths is a little bit detrimental for white. However, white invades. This is a very aggressive move and very good. So both sides are not attacking or taking the attack defensive situation in the middle as the most urgent thing, but are both um, dealing with the source of the problem, which is a huge territory framework for black on the top. Black creates this problem for white by making this large potential territory, and white is dealing with the source of white's problems, um, this this big potential territory by invading it. So both sides are again playing very good good and reasonable and interesting fighting go. Okay, so here black turns to attack the three white stones, and white moves out while attacking black at the same time. So very good job by white here. And here black also does a very good job. If black wants to keep attacking, I'm sure we would, this is what we think of first, the attack, but you'll see that white is taking care of himself while counter-attacking against black. This would be very efficient, and you can clearly see the offense-defensive situation clearly reverse itself here. So instead, black plays a very good idea. Uh, Black strengthens himself in the attack. Note how this is very in accordance with what we recommended before. When you're attacking, you want to, make your weakest group stronger. In the process of attacking, that would be very strong, um, and it's also very incidentally, it is also what you want to do if you're thinking of yourself as just defending. So whenever the attack and the defense lines up, and it's the same, it, then they both ask you to do the same thing. Make sure you don't miss it. Make sure make sure you do it. Okay, so this way, black still maintains his own strengths and also maintains white's weakness. I would like to see black continuing in the middle here. In the game, black plays this one, continuing to attack. And here white decides to cut, and more fighting here continues, which is reasonable. Here it feels like black has played a little bit too strongly. Um, Another move in the middle would be reasonable to my view. Of course, the reasoning is exactly the same as before. Here, after having these cuts, and then this connect, black really doesn't have a nice continuing, offensive continuation on the upper side due to um, this problem. If black wants to continue attacking, um, black suffers a lot of these synthase. And then the other weakness is here with the squeeze, and then white jumps here, cuts off the middle black stones. Um, you don't have to do any reading, just keeps the surround alive, and this could be very, very bad for black. Um, so there's no cuts on the upper side against white, which means the upper side is relatively strong. And then so what if white cuts black off from the middle here? This is um, very difficult to answer right now. So here black probably has went after white a little bit too strongly. A better move may have been here. This is um, you know connecting these stones to the upper side also saves black from the troubles of this cut because the middle stones have now run to the upper side. So this is good on the defensive end. And note how black is just has white totally surrounded on the upper side, no clear eyes. So this is clearly good for offense as well. So this is another case where the offense and defense recommendations would net you the same type of move. And you don't want to miss these. These are all doable moves, reasonable moves. And if you don't do it, they're most surely a big mistake. And this is a case where black did not choose the right thing. So I hope everyone watching, you guys can find when you guys face this type of a situation, we all will make sure that you guys are able to not miss those very good attack and defense ideas. When both attack and defense ask you to play the same thing, those are definitely good things, and it's almost always bad to not play it. Okay, so as we said before, right now this cutting the middle five stones is extremely powerful from white. Just imagine if black plays these moves, white may not even need another move to capture black. This is very, very dangerous for black, and of course white just in the game white is gonna confirm the capture. So there's no way black can fight in this direction. Cutting the other way is about the same. So black's only way to fight is again in the upper side, but if remember, black can't really cut. If black can't cut, there's really no counterplays um, by black. Um, yeah, it's very, very white just white might play here, white might play this one, white might play this one, and black is already losing huge, just losing the two stones. Yeah, is very, very um, difficult. So again, this is an opportunity, and so white plays here. Also reasonable. It's just not, striking at the heart of the enemy for now, which is okay. Next, this white further protects against any cuts here. And if black has to move back in Goter like this, a move like this, cutting the middle three stones from the left-hand side, the rest is basically surrounded, is again very, very strong by white. So black plays here, it's reasonable, but this really forces white to go after the black weakness with this jump. So very good job by white in this fight. And for black, it's this is a case where the um, over aggression, over aggression did not pay off. Okay, okay, and so black is able to make some complications happen. Captured two stones, white captured five. White's capture is much bigger, but at least black has, gotten a little bit, and the game can continue. At least, for example, white has not captured the G17 stone in Sente, right? So, Okay, so this move makes perfect sense by black, and here white has a very strong move to do this. First, make the hane. This would make this cut. Um, um, this would make this sequence possible. White capturing the whole middle, whole corner, totally um, bad for black, and then so therefore black has to connect, and now white can capture these two stones. This would be very difficult for black to deal with. Basically, black cannot hane, and black has to protect the double cut. So black has to go back like this. This would be a big success from white. I think white is misjudging the strengths, weaknesses of the middle by a little bit. This cut is not a problem at all from white. Um, so yeah, okay. It's an opportunity, and instead white played this block, which is for sure going to be giving black a little more respite, and the game may go on. Still a big gain by white having captured the 5 stones, but okay, here because this extend is not likely to be very sente, maybe remember before I had said white's hane is almost for sure to be sente. This extend may or may not be sente, but it is almost, it may also be even better than my move, and therefore both sides should have tried to play this S5 move. If it's sente for white and sente for black, getting this is absolutely devastating for the other side. And in the game, black did answer, which means big success by white here. Okay, okay. Here, these moves, because white and black are both very strong, very alive, it's more important to go after the weaknesses. For example, the middle stones here, this is strong. If you don't want to push and cut, you can play like this, force black to protect the cut and to destroy the black territory, or extend on the bottom, attack the 2 stones. White does not need to defend the bottom group, likely, and then so here, however, defending can be it's some territory at least. However, for black, this part of the board is clearly not important. The middle 5 stones is dead, so white is extremely strong. To bring up that other idea we talked about, whenever there is strength, you want to play on the outside of the strength and have your opponent play on the inside. So when black plays here, there's no way, if white just doesn't answer you, white's move is gonna for sure be on the outside, and you're not gonna gain much as black. Let's see what happened. So white answered, Atari, Atari, okay. So in the game, white did answer, totally unnecessary, but so success by black. In this case, if white wanted sente, this kind of a move could have been sente, but I think white just it was in this very safety-oriented mind. This connect is not necessary because white can just connect to the bottom. Remember, the middle 5 stones has been captured. The middle 5 stones is extremely strong. Okay, okay, so black ends up having centate and plays on the very big bottom area. Here we're beginning to see the ability for black to come back in this game. If black surrounds a huge middle with all his potential weaknesses that we discovered, we talked about before, the push and cut, the 2 stones, the weakness territory is extremely big. So luckily for white, white did not, press and then play this uh, um, meek style and let black get what black wants. White invades, and here white is taking advantage of the weakness of the 2 black stones, and uh, white very nicely is, um, you know, is doing it right. Yeah, if white survives here, black will have all the middle territory destroyed, and and black has to play some defending moves, such as this one. Um, this one is connecting the outside stones, and so not only does white destroy all the black territory, white can also cut here later and counterattack against black's middle. So in the most crucial part of the game, white was aggressive enough, and he's gonna win the game because of it. Still, we were worried for white because of like this Q12 connect answering the R13 and so on. White was clearly trying to play safe. We were worried for white, but white, when the game was on the line, when black is looking at the possibility of a comeback, maybe devising plans to come back, white has played very, very well in the most crucial point. Um, and this invasion was great. Even though White played relatively conservatively during this invasion, like see all the jumps are White totally connected to White's main group. Um, Even though White played conservatively, as long as White was able to make headway on either side, White was able to make cutting points for Black, and these cutting points are ultimately what is giving White safety and what is giving Black problems. For example, just here, there's another cut here. This will not work because of this, but the possibility of this cut makes like this move sente, makes these moves sente, which means white has no problems at all. And in this middle black potential, white surrounded 10 points. We can see 9 points. And so because of this, white is going to be tremendously ahead. Um, okay, here, by the way, this top glaring weakness with this cut, threatening this double cut. Um, for black, probably this move has to be a connect, and for white, this move should be a cut here. Okay. All right. Clearly, white over here is still in safety. I'm gonna win the game from here kind of mode. So that double cut, I'm sure white would find the double cut if white thinks that he needs to make progress, right? Okay. So at the end of this game, white is gonna win by 19 points or so. Very good job by white. And so black overplayed, and then black was, started to see some conditions for winning the game. This was very good. See, this move is defending against a middle cut by first, preempting the responses to it. Um, and this way, white is gonna again have to save this group. So this move was very good. Just if black could somehow get this in sente, white would be even that might have been even better, but um, you know you know already this was a good attempt by black, and in the crucial moments um, white did not play too defensively. White destroyed all the black territory, potential territory, and in the process also survived himself and made 9 points himself. So that's how White sealed the victory. So very great job. I was really worried for White after seeing how defensively White was playing after capturing the big middle. So very good fighting game here. Again, here, unlike the last game, when Black started seeing some signs of a fight that is falling apart in the middle, here, here Black was, unlike the last game. In this game, Black was unable to find the um, the mindset, the mindset um, to stop the offense and um, switch into full defensive mode. So this is a great asset to have, and I know it's a very difficult thing in the heat of battle. It's very difficult to maintain this this idea, when you see your opponent, you know, um, you know, ready to destroy our shapes, it's very difficult, but very, very important and very, very valuable to shift our mindset. And again, it's very, um, you don't have to do any training in Go in order to have this mindset, right? It's not a difficult thing to have this fear. Um, Stop when things are going wrong. Here, stop the offense and shift into defense. Um, for example, defend the cut and threaten to capture the two stones. Um, of course, here, when the cut happens, extend and then defend. This might be a bit too early for us to realize. The stronger you are, this is where if you're stronger at Go, the easier it will be to pick up the cues, pick up the signs, notice the signs of the of the fighting going wrong. But at about this point, we almost all of us will have this feeling like, from Black's perspective, this fight is going wrong, um, and I have to, adjust accordingly, which is stop all the offense and concentrate on pure defensive mode. Even then, we might not be able to manage to get away with as little loss as possible with few losses. Even then, we may not be able to get away, but remember, always better late than never. In the first game, we saw a good idea, better late than never, right? In this game, it was just a little bit too late. Um, um, yeah, so very enjoyable game to watch, and let's check out the last one. This is Struggle Bus. Okay, Struggle Bus is a ghost streamer that I saw on Twitch the other day. You guys can also see me stream on Twitch sometimes. Okay, so this very normal Joseki to begin, and again the same theme of today, same theme. Remember, try to notice when your fighting is going badly. And when you do notice, um, if it's going well, shift more towards offense, kind of like how White counter captured the five stones in the middle last game. When the fighting is not going well, give up on the offense. It may already be too late, but never late that, better late than never. All right, so here, in the beginning here, one thing that AI has contributed to Go is that this 3-3 invasion shape, it's transformed our understanding a bit in the sense that before this was considered strong thickness because it was thought that White had to exchange this Hane connect and then yes, that would be right. Black has too much thickness. But nowadays, without this exchange, black is not that strong. With that in mind, even though this upper left corner is only 2 stones, this upper right is 6 stones. The upper left is relatively stronger than the upper right. Therefore, black would rather play here at M17 instead of the upper side. Generally speaking, um, the first move might be okay. It's just that the next move, um, because the upper right side is not that strong, another move like this is very good for the upper right side. Um, you guys may have heard of this 3 space rule for the 3-3 invasions, and that stipulates that white wants to be 3 spaces away from this 3-3 wall, 3 spaces from this 3-3 wall. Uh, Hope that makes it easier to remember. It's all threes. And the reasoning is black basically has this Hane and Tiger Mouse in Sente. White generally has to play this one or else black has a lot of eye space and white does not have eye space. And if you're two spaces or less, black has a very nice way to make strong shapes here. That is the only reason. That is the and that's why you'll see the AI probably recommends this M16 move. Um, just remember, and for black, just remember this Hane and Tiger Mouse is very strong. It strengthens black without any side effects. Okay. So here, after white gets sent this kind of a peep, or if the peep is too strong, some kind of a further away move is very good. This is strengthening white and weakening black at the same time. Um, okay, yeah, this is an old Joseki, very reasonable, very reasonable. Okay, again, same um, if we assume that if we take into consideration that white's corner here is very, very strong, it has more than 10 points and it's very solid, therefore this is strength, then white would not want to play in between black's moves, which any move black plays here will be on the outside of the strength and white's move. So maybe I would recommend white play a move like the headbutt and then jump. Maybe play on the right hand side. Um, okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 This move is fairly aggressive. This is a good opportunity to start fighting now. However, black is inviting white to do this, so we'll see. This is a good move. This is a good spot by white. And again, remember the same idea as before. White's corner is strong, so when white plays here, we're much more likely to play on the outside and have white, continue and connect to his strengths. In the game, black is attacking here, which is gonna lead to a position where white is playing on the outside of the corner strengths and black's moves. This is going to make black somewhat under attack, and this will undermine the strengths of black's attack
Hillary,
here.
just a second. I need to mute something.
Mm. Yeah, so so as a result, black has spent some moves here that is, um, black's group in the middle is fairly weak now. For example, right now, if white cuts like this, black is clearly on the defensive. Um, and with that said, white played a very defensive move here. Right now, it is time to attack. The fighting is going well for white, and white has given up a lot of territory on the upper left corner. And if white wants to make sure that white has two eyes, this move could have been in Sente. That would be very helpful for white. So this is a major opportunity lost. This is very defensive, and this allowed black to play Sente moves, and then black chose the lower right corner and took the whole corner. This is a major success for black. And here, yeah, when black played here, black did something that's very smart as well. So here, if black is full attack mode, black would play something like this, prevent white from connecting, and then black has two groups on the lower middle and the lower left to worry about. So here black decided to go on the defense. Again, that same idea. When the offense is not clearly good, or in this case, black already got the corner, so he gained a lot already, a lot of territory. Black gave up on the offense and then transitioned into defense, allows white to connect home. Note how, if we remember where was white's strength in the lower left corner, in this area, And then white just played a move here at m2, and black has just played a move at p8. Clearly, the black move is on the outside of white's move and the strengths. So that makes perfect sense from black. And so here, black is now taking care of the last weakness that black has. Um, I would exchange all of these senteis if you can, if you think you can get away with them. Exchange all of these senteis. Surrounding any amount of territory with your weakness is very, very valuable. Um, just think about it. If your opponent attacks your weakness, he not only takes away all the points that you're surrounding, he also takes it away in Sente because you're weak. And then next he continues to attack you and you still have to pay in the future. So whenever you guys can surround any territory with your weak group, make sure you do it. So these Senteis, if you can get it, and then somehow, even if you're playing something very defensive like this one, something like this one, something those are all very, very good. In the game, Black played this move, which is it's sort of moving out at the same time. Also a good move. It's certainly in the right general direction. It's just that, remember, white is very strong on the bottom, having connected, and white has made an A12 move, a very slow but clearly two eyes making move here. So if black wants to, attack white or threaten white, black is not able to do that. So just remember that. Um, okay, so black plays here, and now white does have the opportunity to make more trouble in black's shape. Again, that's because this move, the J9 move, is not able to do any kind of threatening thing to white, and that's allowing white to have the extra move to play this cut. And now this is an opportunity for white to get back into the game. Suppose white is able to save this one stone somehow, and I can think of several ways like push and jump. This will be this is a ko, but this will be black. This is looks very dangerous and bad for white, but after it's all said and done, white does cut and capture black. So um, for sure, white wants to do something of that nature. In the game, black is able to make this, and if black is able to keep the cutting stone captured, black would have solved all of black's potential issues. He's barely able to do it, but I think not quite yet. Um, just note how, remember, if we could have had a Sente move earlier, none of this would matter, but black did not have this Sente move earlier, so as a result, white having this Atari and then this capture is gonna destroy black's shape in this local fight. So very good job by white to find the one opportunity that he could have had. And here it's, even though black is not gonna be able to totally survive, something like this could still be very good. Like this way, white is dead, and if white is has to give up, um, has to Atari from the inside and capture two stones, this will be very acceptable for black again. Just this is giving up just a few inside stones. Okay. So after this fight, white is back in the game. White has captured very, very big, and here is when the again the move that was kind of offensive really gave white the chance. Okay, and so black attacks the top, very reasonable, and this move is kind of a way that black is going for the capture now. If black double honeyed, this would be going for the territory, and it's unclear, but black went for the capture, so the game is very, very exciting. This way, very good technique on both sides. Um, very good move. This is going for the capture again. Okay, here white playing the Satari would have been the move. Um, um, yeah, maybe this cut, and then this would give white some synthase, and then this way white can capture one stone, alive or not, not sure yet, but this looks very promising for white. Maybe white doesn't play the capture, but rather makes ice base. Okay, that's probably what white should have done. In the game, this M19 basically, by black sacrificing that one stone, keeping white still in just one eye, he has made the M19 stone a wasted stone. It could have been better used somewhere else. Okay. Um, yeah. So in the fighting, Black has displayed just slightly more resourcefulness than White, and then whereas White could have had a very likely alive shape due to these, and Black's L17 giving up one extra stone is extremely good. So um, both sides played quite well in this game, even though the number of moves isn't that great. The amount of good fighting is tremendous, and so yeah, great job on both sides. A very exciting game. Here is a very clear illustration um, of our ideas when the uh, here Black already had the idea. Black gained in territory. Now all Black needs to do is defend his group, and it's just that this he defended in a way that was this would be a very good offensive move. It is almost surrounding the left-hand white group and surrounding the bottom white group. It just so happens that in this game, neither group had any problems, and so again. Um, um, this move just contained a little bit too much offense in it, and he did pay a big um, you know he did lose big in this local fight, and um, yeah, so we saw some of everything. Um, um, very good switch into giving up on the offense after gaining some territory. Um, very good job giving up the offense and then switching to full defensive mode. But just the execution of the defense was slightly gave White a little bit of an opening and almost lost the game because of it. All right, thank you guys for watching. This was very exciting, very fun games to see, and the idea of extricating yourself from a bad fight um, was felt in all three games, and sometimes in multiple instances of one game, and sometimes our players did this remarkably well, and then sometimes they showed the dangers of not adhering to this, to this reasonableness in terms of, offense and defense. And I'm very happy we got to see a little bit of both. And extra happy to see that our players today have gotten this idea mostly right. In this last game, for example, even when Black did stumble in the defense here, he still got the right idea. Um, this was still in the right area of the board, and it was totally good. Um, um, well, totally good besides the one weakness, and just a slight modification of the actual execution would have made it totally fine. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening in. Um, this is the North American Online League. Join. There's a season. I think there are 4 seasons every year or more, and it's very fun. It's all tournament style games for us to practice. Um, all right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week.